Oh, you're talking about the digital twin.
Yes, I'd not
Right.
heard that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. No, it's very spooky stuff. I actually heard that from an IBM, a director of IBM, who contacted us, I think last year, and a whistleblower, and mentioned the horror in the basement that was being orchestrated for every single human being who is registered at birth, and to their central bank and the Treasury Department in your friendly government. So this is the stuff that the Davos salamanders understand. This is their language. They understand the harvest of humanity through banking. So the average 26-year-old or 32-year-old Wall Street banker, or Swiss banker, or in the City of London banker, they don't have a particular moral disposition on anything. They're young idiots hanging out in strip joints, driving Ferraris, and snorting cocaine, making far too much money. They've invariably had their glittering path into Wall Street, or the banking sector was already laid down for them by their fathers and uncles, and so on, because it's all part of a kind of generational fraternity. That's the Princeton, Oxbridge set. And so these youngsters may be nice enough people, but they are not, they do not have a keen sense of morality. Why should they? Why would they? They've had their technicolored appetites fed from birth. They've never wanted for anything. And appetite only leads to further appetite, as we learn. So the problem is you've got that banker priesthood class of human that is quite disidentified from their own humanity. And they're not steeped in empathy and compassion and morality, much less spirituality. And so they are the handlers of the Babylonian magic. Those priest banker class are the ones, and they're invariably young as well, who are the ones who are essentially working the machine that enslaves and indentures 6-7 billion human beings into birth bonds, and then steals off the birth bonds, and finances their governments and the parent corporation and the multinational corporations, Nestle and Kellogg's and Johnson & Johnson, all of those kinds of brands, kind of Illuminati brands, which may have started out 50 years ago, 150 years ago, with the best will in the world, good little mom and pop brands, but then they get assimilated as they grow and become popular and iconic, because they have great products and people love the brand. And so the parent corporation comes in very surreptitiously and buys out the company. And so that's what you have, the assimilation of goodwill, of good brands, good ideas, gets assimilated into this grotesque Borg-like creature, the parent corporation. And the parent corporation is always then driving the core agenda, which is to sustain usury and to keep interest-bearing and inflationary economics, scarcity economics, to keep that in the works, because that's how you generate fear. That's how you generate fear, through scarcity, through the idea that we're running out of water, gold, oil, air, everything. And then you drum up your idiot icons like Leonardo DiCaprio or Al Gore onto the world stage to sell that snake oil to people. And the mainstream media and the mainstream academia are in complete collusion on these narratives, these scripts. And there you have it. That's the conceptual framework of reality, which is dreamt up for you and I. If we make the mistake of believing in it, in the false light, in the great Maya, the great deception, it will devour us. We will die to it, because ultimately it kills. It systemically pumps poisons into your mind, your heart, and your body. If you believe in that creature, if you go to the supermarket and buy those products, you will poison yourself through the shampoo, the toothpaste, and the foods. If you pay attention to the dream spell and the billboards and the television screens and the Instagram feed and the Facebook feed, if you pay attention and give life force to those totems, those icons, they will ultimately own your mind and they will program you. And that's unfortunately where we're hurtling right now as a species, towards a unilateral transhumanist agenda, where we have our humanity bleached out of us by the entirety of the system, leaving us only cast adrift in this great abyss of fearfulness and of tyranny. And that is a terrifying thought. That is what has been set up for us. It doesn't mean that that manifests for you and me. I'm manifesting the kingdom of heaven on earth. That's what I'm manifesting. And those around me are doing that. Our engineers, our technologists, our farmers, we are doing right action and conducting right action. And that yields the most beautiful bloom, the most beautiful results, especially in a time of great tumult like this and great insecurity. It's the perfect time to be planting that garden, in point of fact.